My name is Brent Watkins, and I'm the Vice President of Program Operations here at Rustic Pathways. I'm really excited to introduce our inaugural Critical Issues Summit. Several years ago, we introduced a series of programs that we called Critical Issues programs. And we call these Critical Issues programs because they dealt with global critical issues that we thought would be important for students to be exposed to. And the aim of these programs was to expose students to these global critical issues that their generation is going to have to tackle and solve, and do so in a way that highlights the local communities that are impacted by these critical issues and the human aspect of how the critical issues play out in real life. These programs have been extremely successful, but we wanted to take this concept a step further by providing that same exposure, but intentionally paired with programming that helps students develop a skill set to make real change on the issues that they're passionate about. This is an opportunity for students from over 20 countries from around the world to come together with global change makers to both experience real-world critical issues that play out in local communities and learn skills from experts on how to tackle these. The basic point is we want to expose students to the real issues that will be important for their generation to solve and start to give them the skills to solve those issues. Students who are passionate about making change, curious about skills required to solve big problems, and invested in creating a better global community are the perfect fit for our Critical Issues Summit. For students that are working towards a capstone project in high school, we're custom designing a lot of portions of our Critical Issues Summit to fit into the requirements of the capstone because we realize how meaningful it could be to pair the learning that's happening in the classroom with a capstone project that could happen in the field. We'll focus on these 5 issues and the associated essential questions: globalization, access to education, the growing global refugee crisis, gender equality, and access to clean water. And our summit will focus on these 5 main critical issues in a way that gives students the ability to explore those critical issues, but also more broadly explore the issues that they're passionate about making change in and apply those skill sets during the second week. Students will spend the first week of the summit in a deep field immersion in one of 5 countries in Southeast Asia. They'll then all come together during the second week for skill building workshops, a design thinking course, and an innovation challenge paired with expert speakers on the issue in Thailand. So they'll be in the field in a variety of different places specific to the critical issue that's relevant to that place. And then they'll come back together as a global cohort, representation from over 20 countries around the world, local and international experts on these global critical issues, and representatives from the local community where the critical issue is played out, all together for a summit where we'll really be focusing on moving students towards action. We're calling the second week the Action Week, as the entire week is focused on giving students the skills and the place to think through how they're able to connect their values and their own internal skills and passions towards making change. That's why they'll participate in workshops on leveraging social media. They'll hear from speakers on how to pitch their concept. This entire portion of the summit is entirely focused on empowering students to make change. They'll close this week out with a really cool innovation challenge where students will participate in teams to pitch to a panel of experts on the unique solution that they've workshopped over the course of the 2 weeks. So they'll see the critical issue playing out in local communities at a global scale. They'll come together and build skill sets around how to make change while simultaneously workshopping their ideas for how to make change. And then they'll participate in an innovation challenge where they'll basically pitch their concept for change to an expert of panels. And that panel is comprised of folks from our foundation and experts working in social entrepreneurship. We're sponsoring a $10,000 innovation prize to support the work of the winning team, and more importantly, ongoing support from a social innovation incubator to help students take this idea from a pitch concept into an implemented practice in the field. We're super excited about what this program could mean for students who are interested in making change in these areas. And this is a first step in the direction of both exposing students to those critical issues and then also empowering them with the skills to make change.